Hello lovely people, welcome back to another book chat. So, I'm going to talk today about Hunter S. Thompson. I don't know if you've read many of his books. As well as these two I've got here, I've read sort of Hell's Angels, which I didn't enjoy massively, and read some of his sort of notes from the campaign trails and that sort of thing, which was just far too much about American politics for me. I don't know enough about it, especially not politics of that sort of day and age. But Fear and Loathing was the first of his that I came across, and I think, as with a lot of people, I did actually see the movie first. The movie was completely over the top and bonkers. The book is even more over the top and bonkers. And this book is fantastic because it's got illustrations by Ralph Steadman, which actually adds to it wonderfully. It's beautiful. I do actually need to reread this. And the reason I quite like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, it's a similar experience to me to some of Irvin Welsh's, where you've just got to kind of fall into the book. You've got to let go whether it makes sense or not, and just get caught up in the dialogue and in the style of the telling. So yeah, it's quite an immersive experience for me. So I quite enjoy books like that where you sort of come out of it and you're like, oh, real world, oh, what's that? So yeah, it's been a few years since I've read it, probably quite a few years, but I did really enjoy Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And recently, in one of my bookshop rambles, I picked up the Rum Diary. And this is quite a different beast, really, as far as the style goes. So it's more, it's still told in first person. As with many of his, it's quite hard to tell where fiction and non-fiction actually mesh, and there'll be a balance in there somewhere. But this is essentially about a young journalist who is struggling in New York, and he ends up getting a job in a paper in Puerto Rico, and off he goes down there. And it's not really a story in this traditional sense of beginning, build up to a climax, come down to an end. It's more almost slice of life-ish. So it's this young journalist experiencing this time in this hot country where nothing really makes sense as he knows it, and the other journalists which are there are mostly people that are kind of burnt out of the real world, and they're looking for something. They're looking for their paradise down there, and all they're finding is cheap rum and too much heat. But it is quite immersive. You have this real sense of this young journalist's almost terror of being trapped there. At the same time, it's really attractive to him, but he can see how he could get stuck and turn into one of these sort of old men slowly going to seed down there. And so yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I know there is a movie of it. I may potentially have even seen it. I have a terrible memory for movies, and I have no attention span for them, so it's possible. But yeah, interesting read. It's not gripping. Don't go into expecting that it's going to be sort of an amazing suspenseful read, but it is an interesting read and it is very well written. And yeah, so have you read any of Hunter S. Thompson's? Do you like his books? Do you like his style? And let me know in the comments. See you next time. Bye.